Hey guys, Josh here, also known as MightyPredaking, and today we're going to be talking about Scourge, or Scourge, however you prefer you want to say it, it doesn't really matter. He's a pretty awesome guy, but we're going to be talking about the Transformer from the Generations line, not the G1 or any other variation. If you do want to check out the G1 variation, I did a video of him. It should be the one probably previous to this, where we talk about eBay buying tips, we talk about his character bio and stickers and transformation and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll leave a link somewhere on the description. So that's him, and we'll use him for a comparison later on whenever we put him into his recon jet mode or recon plane mode or whatever it is. But first, before we get into transformation, since I'm not giving you a bio, I've already given you a bio on this guy, I wanted to tell you about how I came across this guy, and it was pretty much love at first sight, to be quite honest. But first off, starting off with childhood, I was like any other child. I loved toys, and my favorite toy line ended up just being the Transformers. That's what I always desired. That's what I asked for my birthday, for Christmas. Even somehow talked my parents into every time I scored a soccer goal that they had to buy me a Transformer, which I was a center striker and I was pretty good, so that got very expensive very quick, and they ended up switching me over to G.I. Joe, so it ended up being like, you got to get a hat trick if you want a Transformer. But moving along, I went to my teen years and my young adult years where I pretty much didn't really play with toys or collect them anymore. I got into sports and girls and all that other stuff, which I'm still into girls and sports, but I dropped the toy bit. And I didn't even know they made Transformer toys anymore until, I guess here probably a couple years later, to where I started getting interested in maybe I wanted to start collecting toys. I just never wanted to pull the trigger on buying my first one to start all over again because I had so many, and I think they're in storage at my house I used to grow up in. So I'll have to eventually venture out there and see if we got all that and got the Terradrome and all those vintage toys. But I finally pulled the trigger on it probably about, I'd say eight months ago, and I only wanted to collect G1. That's all I wanted. That's what I grew up with, and I saw this guy and I was like, I really want him. His robot mode looks so G1ish. We'll use that word that I don't know if I made it up or if that's really a word, but we'll go with it. He was a really awesome figure, and I just wanted him. I didn't really care about his plane mode. I thought it looked kind of stupid, to be quite honest. I had some reservations about it, but after I finally opened him out of his packaging today, I started comparing to the G1 style, and I actually think that there's a lot of similarities, which we'll get into those. I picked this guy up at BotCon for $10, and I couldn't be even more happy than I already am picking him up. So if you don't have him, he's an absolute buy. Even if you say, I just want to collect G1s, and that's it, this guy is still an absolute buy, if you can get him for a good price, which you should be able to. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. Now, he's got a lot of posability, and he just looks fantastic. I mean, look at his head. Very similar to what he looked like in the G1 cartoon. And his gun is supposed to look like his Target Master. It's not a Target Master. It does fold up because it can fold into his wing. We're not going to do that. But if you guys end up getting this, just believe me, he fits in there. You can read the directions, and that's how he gets in there. So let's look at his gun real quick. For just a quick second, I just want to compare it to his G1 gun. It doesn't look anything like it, but like I said again, this is supposed to be off of the Season 4, Season 4, gun, Target Master. So that's the guns. Now let's look at articulation real quick. He can move his head 360 if you wanted to, but then again, if you put him in a pose like this, this is kind of covering up. So you can still get him some pretty nice looks. He can look pretty much just down. He can't even really look up because of this part right here. But anyways, let's look at the rest of the articulation. He can move up here at the shoulder. He can also bend right there, do some uppercuts, and he can swivel right here, and he can bend at the elbow, and he can rotate his wrist, which he does have those red nails like he did in the G1 cartoons. And then he's got ball joint here at the hip. He can bend at the knee. He can even collapse here at the knee. That's part of his transformation, but that way he could, like, I guess he could put his foot on somebody. So, and he can move a little bit here at the foot as well. Part of transformation. Oh yeah, and bend at hip. As you can see, I don't own. This is the only Generations toy that I have. A little bit more complicated transformation than the G1 Transformer, but we're going to try to get through this. So hopefully this turns out good. If I can remember how to do it. So we're going to start with these arms here. I'm just going to, how did I do it the last time? I'm just going to rotate that there, and then you're going to slide this down, and I usually push down on the hand as well. I'm going to rotate this wrist up and push down. Alright, and then to do the arms, you're going to move this to the side, pull that to the side to where they're both facing out, and when you pull this out, pull out from putting pressure on both sides. Don't just pull this out because you'll probably end up snapping that. I didn't do it myself yet, but I can tell that it's not as good quality as, you know, what we used to get back in the day. So push that back in, push that in, and then there's a little tab here. If that'll focus. If it won't focus, then let's get rid of this box. Yeah, maybe that'll help. So you see that tab and the little hole there. So you just need to make sure that that lines up. And bam, there's one arm done. Same thing with this one. You're going to pull that up. Make sure you put pressure on both sides so you don't break it. Flip that. Push that back in. Flip that there. There we go. So now we got both arms done the way that they're supposed to do. Let's move on to the back. To be quite honest, I don't know if this wing is going to snap on me. It's already done it twice. But first you're going to rotate these wings up. As you can see that it was rotated down. And then we're going to start moving this over here. And these joints right here, it'll just fold in. Okay, don't break, dude. Don't break, please. I'm just using, it's probably just my figure, not issue with all of them, because it was just this wing both times and it wasn't this one, so it's probably just an issue on mine. But I'm just using my finger to push this. So if you have the same problem, just make sure you put your finger behind here so you apply a little pressure and you're not just bending at the joint here, because it'll just pop out. It'll pop back in, no problem, but you don't want to keep on doing that over and over again, or you'll probably eventually wear out that joint. Then you're just going to disconnect right here, and we will put that just kind of out of place. Lift this butt part up. Move down here. Move this butt part up so that you can rotate here. And let's start putting the legs together. So with the feet, you just collapse them in. And then these legs, these are going to collapse in here. So as you can see, and those will snap together just like that. Then this part right here, that was that butt part, I don't know what else to call it, we'll just call it butt part. It'll snap into place there, and this is going to come and snap up under here. Before we do that, you need to make sure that these red parts are forward, where his hands are, and kind of pushing this head back. You'll see that removes a little peg right there, so it's a little bit easier to move his chest down. And while you move his chest down, you'll kind of push his arms into place as well, and it should start to come together. And you can just move his head the way it's supposed to be. Push his head down, and then you come with these back wings right here, and that'll peg into place there. and peg those into place. And so there you have, or there you have it. Just want to do a couple little comparisons with his counterpart here. Now, like I said, at first I didn't really like the jet mode, but then I started looking at it a little bit closer. Can't figure out the focus here. Looked at it closer, and it looks a lot of G1-ish because you have the little thruster, red, 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 just like on the G1. A lot of blue right here, same thing here. You see the little chrome sticker here? You can see like a little metallic looking silver right there. That didn't happen by accident. You've got a Decepticon logo here, Decepticon logo there, blue at the front here, and one last thing, weird looking wheels, 2 at the front, 1 at the back. You've got little landing gear here and here. So they're molded in, they don't really roll, but it looks a lot of similarities here. So I think they did a really good job. Like I said, I am definitely going to pose him in his robot mode. Oh my goodness, I can't even say that word. Robot mode. But I think that once I started looking at the similarities, I think they did a really good job. If you can find them for a pretty good price, you know, definitely pick them up. And hope you guys enjoyed the review. That was my first Transformers Generation video. I know it was a little bit long. It actually probably ran as long as a G1, and I didn't even talk about the bio. But gave you guys a little bit of my history as far as Transformers. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you'd like to know more, I guess, about me, I'll do kind of, I guess, a vlog of getting to know a Transformer fan, and I'll answer some questions, or if you guys have any questions that you'd like me to answer about, I guess, childhood or anything, sports, it doesn't really matter to me. I like to interact with you guys, so, you know, the more comments you leave, the more, you know, I'm responding. I think I respond to pretty much everyone, but I enjoy this, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.